So a lot of patients that I see ask about caffeine and whether it's something that has to be avoided, because it's often features in sleep hygiene advice as something that you should avoid. I want to talk a bit about caffeine, but first of all, could you tell us a bit about what it is and how it works?
Sure. So caffeine is a molecule or a substance that stops or blocks the action of something called adenosine. We mentioned that before. It's one of the sleepy molecules or substances. So taking caffeine then makes you more awake. We think it probably lasts about 7 hours in the body, but it doesn't always last that long in some people.
And so it's often turned into a bit of a monster by a lot of sleep clinics, caffeine, and people are told to avoid it at all costs. But when I think about the patients that I see, one of their main problems is that they are very sleepy during the day. Given how caffeine works, blocks adenosine and makes you feel more awake, is there a role for caffeine in helping people with sleep disorders?
Absolutely. So knowing that and knowing when caffeine works is useful, because you can take caffeine in the morning if you're trying to stay awake in the daytime, and that will help promote people feeling awake. But conversely, if you took it too late at night time or later in the daytime, you're more likely to upset that balance and make you feel more awake when you're trying to get to sleep.
Okay. And this is obviously good news if you like caffeine, which I do. But it sounds like you can take this if you've got a sleeping issue, if you've got something like insomnia, but it depends a bit on if you know a bit of the basic science about how it works and how it affects you as an individual, and you're just a bit more thoughtful about what time you take it in the day.
That's right, and I would usually suggest for somebody who's going to bed in the night, I'd suggest looking back about 7 hours and saying that's probably the last time I would have a caffeinated drink.